Good evening, I'm Catherine Shepardson. Coming up on News 40 at 6, confusion over the fate of a missing journalist in Pakistan continues. We will have the latest details coming up.
It may not have been the Patriots versus the Rams, but we'll take you to one football game that was just as fun.
Plus, we'll introduce you to Agawam's new Colleen. Stay with us, the news is just minutes away.
Of opportunity is limited. This may be your final chance to get up to $3,000 cash back or 0% financing on a new 2002 Enfield Ford. Plus, qualified buyers will receive a 2-year, 26,000-mile quality care maintenance protection plan at no cost. That's free. And in addition to the cash back or 0%, selection is great. These incentives are hot, but your time is running out. Hurry now to Enfield Ford, conveniently located 65 Hazard Avenue, exit 47E off I-91 Enfield.
New cars cost big bucks. If your car runs good, looks bad, get our Mako Supreme Plus deal. A great paint package at half price. Now only $249.
It's a limited time offer. For the center nearest you, call 1-888-MAKO-USA.
Planning to sell your home or condo this year? You're probably wondering how much it's worth. You can find out free on the web at housevalues.com. So if you're planning to sell, visit housevalues.com today. That's housevalues.com.
When your home phone is disconnected, you're out of touch. You can't call family or friends. You can't call the doctor. You can't call about that job you applied for, and no one can call you. Don't let an old bill stop you from living your life. Local Phone Company has approved you for guaranteed local home phone service, even if you owe money to another phone company. No gimmicks, no hassles. The service you need at a price you can afford. You need your home phone. You need Local Phone Company.
News 40, awarded News Station of the Year by the Associated Press. With coverage you can count on, this is News 40 First at 5.
There's conflicting reports tonight out of Pakistan regarding the fate of a missing Wall Street Journal reporter. Good evening, I'm Catherine Shepardson. We'll get to our top story in just a moment, but first, 3 people in Ludlow are dead after an early morning fire rips through their mobile home on Kendall Street. 2 women and 1 man perished in the fire that broke out just before 4 o'clock this morning. One of the victims was pronounced dead at the scene. The other 2 found in the home were pronounced dead at Bay State Medical Center. Ludlow Fire and Police, along with the State Fire Marshal's Office, are investigating the cause of the fire. The victims' names are not being released. Returning to our top story now, what's already been a confusing day concerning the fate of Daniel Pearl will apparently end without resolution. Earlier, there were reports that the missing journalist had been found murdered, but the victim found wasn't that of Daniel Pearl. ABC's Barbara Pinto has the very latest.
Hope for Daniel Pearl's safe return faded again amid reports that a bullet-riddled body was dumped from a car in the city of Karachi. Pakistani police initially claimed the body was Daniel Pearl's. Later, reports from the Wall Street Journal confirmed it was not.
There were a lot of, as you know, hackers and hoaxes going on the last couple of days. We hope he is alive, and we hope the kidnappers will come to the realization that he's an innocent individual who is trying to do his job.
The 38-year-old journalist was on his way to this restaurant to meet a source when he disappeared 11 days ago. Since then, the search for Pearl has been a flurry of frustration and confusion. Pearl's abductors sent these troubling photos with an email on Wednesday. Days later, 2 conflicting emails, one claiming Pearl had been killed, the other demanding $2 million ransom. Now police believe both were hoaxes sent by a teenage boy, including the message that led police to search 300 graveyards for Pearl's body. The Wall Street Journal has asked Pearl's kidnappers for proof that he is still alive, a photograph of Pearl holding a recent newspaper. White House officials continue to defend the government's policy not to negotiate with kidnappers.
You create an incentive for people to take hostages. And the inevitable result of it is that it will become a major business to go out around the world and kidnap Americans and hold them for a ransom.
Pearl's kidnappers want the release of all Pakistani detainees held by the U.S., a demand the U.S. is dismissing as the intense search for Daniel Pearl continues. Barbara Pinto, ABC News, Washington.
There's more violence to report today in the Middle East. Palestinian gunmen from a West Bank village opened fire on a Jewish neighborhood. No injuries are reported, but the shooting comes just as Israel's Foreign Minister Shimon Peres said in New York that Israel is now trying to build a bridge with Palestinians. He also stressed that while the U.S. had an important role to play in leading the fight against terrorism, it is time for the parties in the Middle East to initiate a peace agreement. Well, the numbers are climbing in a deadly earthquake that hit central Turkey earlier today. The U.S. Geological Survey puts the quake's magnitude at 6.2. The quake has killed at least 45 people and injured 150. Efforts are underway to rescue 11 people trapped in a collapsed building, one of almost 80 that have fallen. Dozens of aftershocks have rattled the area. Now, as a precaution, many residents are planning to sleep outdoors, even though temperatures are expected to drop below freezing. Well, there's nothing but sunny skies and seasonable temperatures to report here at home. Meteorologist Rich Hoffman joins us with a first look at your forecast. And Rich, I have to give you 2 thumbs up for this weekend's forecast, but we are all wondering if this trend will continue. What do you say?
Well, I think it's going to get a little bit colder as we go through the next 5 days, and a little bit of snow. Clouds are on the increase, but I got an email from Peggy in Ware. She wants to know if we're going to get the snow that we've got last year. Last February, we had a couple of big snowstorms. We do have a little bit of snow on the way through the next 24 hours, but the bad news is if you like snow, it will be on the light side. We have increasing clouds across the Northeast and a very weak Alberta clipper starting to move through parts of New York. You can kind of see the swirl in the atmosphere just to the north right now, northwest of Watertown, New York. So the clouds are on an increase, and also underneath these clouds, we're seeing a little bit of a light snowfall across parts of New York, from Elmira, New York, Binghamton, New York, up towards Utica, Syracuse, across towards Albany. And actually, we're starting to pick up a few flurries across the northwestern parts of the Berkshire. So we do have some snow in our forecast. It will be on the light side, but we do have some more colder temperatures to talk about. I'll talk about that, plus our 5-day forecast coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Up next on News 40.
Coming up, we'll take you to a Super Bowl party that is fun for football fans of all ages. And there's just as much hype around the commercials in the Super Bowl as the game itself. Coming up, we'll give you a sneak peek of some of the ads that you'll see in tonight's big game. Stay with us.
Gotta make it better.
Hey, how does Sam Breakstone make his cottage doubles even better?
Berries! That's it!
Introducing 2 Breakstone's cottage doubles, blueberry and raspberry.
I'm a genius!
My guy just loves his sports.
Yes!
How about a new recliner for the big game? Fremore and Flanagan's all-out furniture sale was just what I was looking for. They go all out with savings store-wide, including famous brand names, with delivery in 3 days or less guaranteed. I shop now and I pay later with interest-free financing.
Yeah, this is it.
Honey, I just love the living room that goes with your chair.
Big game, huh?
She shoots, she scores! Fremore and Flanagan's all-out sale, now through 9 p.m. Monday.
Closed captioning on News 40 is sponsored by Verizon.
Come see all your favorite Sesame Street friends live on stage at the Springfield Civic Center February 14th through the 17th in the musical extravaganza, Let's Be Friends. It's a show where kids of all ages can get up and dance along with their favorite larger-than-life Sesame Street friends. Thursday, February 14th is News 40 and Bay State Medical Center Children's Hospital night. The first 1,000 kids to attend will receive a free Let's Be Friends Sesame Street Jelly Bean storybook, courtesy of Bay State Medical Center Children's Hospital.
Attention homeowners, need to replace your windows? Just surf on over to 888-NESCORE1.com and get a free window Insta-quote.
NESCORE now!
Need a new sofa? Trade-in days, where your old sofa or chair is worth money toward a new one. Looks like you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Right now, only at Lazy Boy Gallery, West Springfield.
Well, finally, tonight's The Night. We are just minutes away from the official kickoff to Super Bowl 36. Loyal Patriots fans have been waiting for this day since the Pats' last big game appearance in 1997. But as News 40's Jade McCarthy reports, fortunately, some fans haven't had to wait quite that long.
Remember, what's the first rule?
It might not have drawn the millions of viewers across the country the Super Bowl attracts, but a kid's Super Bowl party in Hamden today certainly had the same level of excitement.
This is our third annual Kids Super Bowl party. My oldest son, Zachariah, invited a few friends the first year, and it steamrolled into this.
Dressed to the T, these football players even got a taste of what it's like to play in the pros. Today's game was complete with fans on the sidelines and cameras recording the plays. I'm standing in the press box of today's pre-Super Bowl football game. It may not be as high-tech as the one in New Orleans, but it still gives you a great view of the game. And how did today's game end? With a final score of 21-18.
That would be the orange team won today. This is our first year that a team actually won.
With one game down and the other one quickly approaching, it's a toss-up to parents here as to which game is more fun.
I don't know, this is a great game for the young boys, but it'll be a good game tonight.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Hopefully the Patriots will win.
And what do the boys think? Many of them feel the same way.
That was Jade McCarthy reporting. Now, if you think planning the menu for your own Super Bowl party is hectic, try providing food for dozens of parties. Quickies in Chicopee is trying to do just that tonight, and it is no easy task, as you know. The well-known Stop for Wings has 2,000 pounds of chicken wings ready to go, and usually on a Sunday, they go through about 300.
Well, we're doing like a week's business in a day, maybe more. So yeah, we're geared up. We got about 20 people working as well, so should be good.
Well, they are ready with 400 pounds of ribs, and it sounds like enough food for more than just a few parties. Well, even the so-called Super Bowl of advertising is feeling the impact of the recession. As Susan Lisevich reports, the competition for those ad dollars is especially stiff this year.
The lively crowd.
There are celebrities, there are special effects, and there is skin. Madison Avenue is working feverishly to outdo itself in the so-called Super Bowl of advertising. But Fox had to work hard to get those advertisers to commit. Even with the nation's best-watched event, an estimated 130 million people will tune in, ads for Super Bowl 36 have been a tough sell. The economic recession is just one reason why. EDS says it raised brand awareness by 50% with its running of the Squirrel Super Bowl spot last year, but it's opting for the Salt Lake City Olympics this year, which begin just 5 days after the Super Bowl.
The reason was really strategic in nature, in that we felt we had a much larger story to tell this year, in that we're moving into the next phase of our advertising.
And with prices at $600,000 per 30 seconds, Olympic commercials are a fraction of the cost of the average $1.9 million price tag for Super Bowl.
Super Bowl advertiser is looking for big name recognition, a one-day event, a major kind of a splash. An Olympic advertiser is looking for something that builds a little more over the long run. They'll use those rings throughout the entire year.
ABN AMRO says competition from the Olympics, as well as scaled-back Super Bowl programming, which translates into fewer commercials, will hurt Fox's third quarter results. It expects an operating loss of $15 to $20 million. But Fox says it expects Super Bowl revenue to bring in $200 million. One advertiser contributing to that sum is Levi's.
Advertisers have to look for opportunities to engage with the American public in a way which is about an event, about delivering appointment television or appointment media events. The Super Bowl is that, and when you look at it on a return on investment basis, it absolutely delivers.
Anheuser-Busch has purchased 5 minutes of Super Bowl airtime, and one of its agencies says there are no regrets.
I don't know if the guys we're trying to reach are watching women's figure skating. I don't know, they could be.
All right, try this on her.
Susan Lisevich, CNN Financial News, New York.
Hundreds turned out to see the Queen Colleen coronated in the city of Agawam today. The top distinction goes to Allison Garvey. She was selected among a number of finalists at Chez Joseph. Allison is a student at Agawam High School and is a member of the ski cross-country team and track as well. She is also a violinist with the Springfield Youth Orchestra. Allison will be the highlight of the Agawam Colleen's float in the Holyoke St. Patrick's Day Parade.
It's an honor to be Colleen. I'm very proud, very happy that I won.
The Colleen pageant offers scholarship money to the winner. Garvey plans to continue her education studying radiology.
Still ahead on News 40.
Coming up, the sounds of music to honor a legendary French composer. We'll take you there coming up.
And we have a little bit of snow headed our way. How much will we get? I'll have the details, plus a look at that 5-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Get ready to gear up and get out in a legendary Jeep vehicle, the most award-winning brand of 4x4s. And only Jeep gets you there with protection, like a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge on engines and transmissions, plus generous cash allowances of up to $2,500 on select vehicles. So gear up and get out there. Great products, great protection, great values. That's the Jeep promise.
This is a Manny's you've never seen before. Every family should have a washer, dryer, stove, refrigerator. And Manny's Scratch and Dent store, I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. The absolute lowest prices, layaway, whatever it takes. This is new appliances. They've been serviced by Manny's technicians, and they run great. One trip to Manny's Scratch and Dent store means no more trips to the laundromat. They'll save you some quarters.
What do you get when you add Pureways plus Berkline? You get the best reclining furniture at unbelievably low prices. Pureways, always a low price. West Springfield and just over the bridge in Ludlow.
Heaven must be missing an angel. Missing one.
Where the heaven is that girl? Philadelphia cream cheese. So rich, so creamy, even an angel can't resist. Philly, a little taste of heaven.
Must be missing an angel.
News 40 weather is sponsored by BelizeAuto.com.
I think Belize is an excellent place because they're not expensive.
If you buy at Belize, you get better service, you get a good deal.
The best bottom line deals in America on hundreds of Ford cars and trucks at Belize Ford in Westfield and Wilbraham. 0% financing on new Fords. 0% financing up to 60 months on used cars and trucks. You'll do better at Belize Ford in Westfield and Wilbraham.
I did better at Belize than I did at any other place before.
Now, News 40 Storm Trackers weather.
We had a delightful weekend, temperatures generally in the 30s. It was a little bit warmer today where we had a high temperature of 39 degrees. Now temperatures are starting to fall. At Westover Air Force Base, we have a temperature of 34 degrees right now, dew point 21. Pressure is currently falling right now at 29.98 inches. And we have a wind from the south right now at 8 miles an hour, and that is trying to usher in a little bit of warmer air. And you can see generally everyone is in the 30s right now, from Pittsfield at 32, Westfield 34, Windsor Locks 33, Orange is 32. So the south wind is bringing in some warmer temperatures. It's also, we do have a little bit of a storm system over New York. I'll talk about that in just a second. But generally a south to west wind will bring in some of those warmer temperatures overnight tonight. So temperatures not as cold as they have been the last couple of nights. And you can see generally the coldest air right now is found over parts of Maine where they're currently 9 degrees. But again, outside right now, 34, New York City 41. Binghamton, New York is 34 degrees, 33 in Buffalo. It's a little bit cooler out towards the west in Madison, Wisconsin, where it's 20. And there's a little bit of cold air here. I think that'll move through on a day on Tuesday. Now, satellite loop showing a little bit of a low pressure system right around here, just to the north of Buffalo. This is actually moving into the northeast. And we're going to see some clouds tonight, increasing clouds, mostly cloudy skies, and a little bit of snow, a little bit of a snow shower activity or a few flurries, as you can start to see it showing up from about Utica, Syracuse, Newark, heading down towards Binghamton. This will move into Berkshire County first, then everyone should see the possibility of a few flurries or snow showers. Light accumulation, generally maybe a coating of the ground, but that's just about it. That'll come to an end as we go through the midday on Monday, but other than that, we're pretty much high and dry through the next 5 days. And you can see on our surface map for tonight, here comes that low pressure system sliding through, giving us the chance of a snow shower or a flurry. Then for Monday, it starts to clear out. Winds start to pick up. Gets a little bit colder, too. Mostly cloudy, a few flurries, 17 to 22 for tonight. Then tomorrow, partly sunny, cool, a few flurries, 32 to 38. Your 5-day forecast shows it does get a lot colder on Tuesday with a high of 28 and another chance of some light snow Thursday and Friday. So no major snowstorms in sight, not what we had like last year, but I think February will be a little bit colder. We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock.
Ahead in sports.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is upon us. We're going to compare the combatants when we come back.
It's just the same old thing. I need adventure, excitement. I'm suffocating.
Okay, you can drive.
Spice things up. The Hyundai Santa Fe. V6 power, full-time four-wheel drive, and the freedom of America's best warranty plan. The Santa Fe.
Don't even think about it.
Our country's under a lot of stress. The economy's rough and jobs can be hard to find. To make it worse, your home phones have been disconnected at a time when emergencies can arise in an instant. That's why Local Phone Company has approved you for home phone service with one low, affordable monthly rate. Approval means you're connected fast, with no gimmicks and no hassles. You need a home phone so you and your family can feel safe and secure. Call Local Phone Company now.
Hi, I'm Tom Hooley from Better Betting. And I'm John Hooley. Tom, do you think Americans realize the importance of a good night's sleep? No, people are busy and not getting enough rest. Sleep impacts everyone's daily life. When you haven't slept well, your alertness is reduced by 33%, you're moody, and... Your memory's not as sharp? Right. A quality night's sleep is important, and at Better Betting, we have a better sleep guarantee. Buy a Sealy Posturepedic at Better Betting, and you'll sleep better. We guarantee it. Visit Better Betting today.
Hey, Mike, do you and Maggie ever think about, swapping?
Oh, yeah. Your wife is into that? Definitely. And the kids.
Kids? Okay, here are my keys. Let me get yours.
Perfect. We're in!
Chrysler Town & Country. With a variety of models, available power sliding side door and liftgate, some people just have to try them all.
Hey there.
Exclusively from Chrysler. Our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge, because love is a commitment.
Well, good evening. Super Bowl 36 is just moments away. It's the Rams and the Patriots, a dynasty against destiny, an offensive coach, a defensive coach. Now, if it's strength against strength, St. Louis is not subtle. The MVP quarterback, the player of the year running back, the 1,000-yard receivers up each sleeve. New England has already seen the evidence. It's the first offense in league history to score 500 points in 3 straight seasons. The Rams' attack is a jet fuel mixture of speed and execution drawn up on the mad chalkboard of Mike Martz's mind.
A track team. I think they have speed that's unmatched by any other team in the league. They look like a track team. You probably put a 4x1 relay team together out of that group and not embarrass yourself in the Olympic trials.
We just have to try to, match their talent, match their speed, and we have to try to continue to do what we do, and that's be physical.
Out of anybody in the whole league, I think that we can match up against them. We have 4 cornerbacks that have started and produced in this league at one particular point in their season, in their career.
For New England, the defense lies in the deception, even in the statistics. While the Patriots ranked 24th in overall defense this season, they were 5th in points allowed. In their last 8 wins, they've given up just 7 touchdowns. The main reason? An ever-changing set of schemes and blitz packages designed by an ever-tinkering Bill Belichick, who uses confusion as much as execution to ruffle an offense.
I think what he does a great job of is not looking at specifically what you do, but the overall theme with what you do in personnel groupings. And that being said, he understands the concept and the weakness of it. And as soon as you line up in it, you can almost predict he's going to attack your Achilles heel,
Going into this game, I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of different things. And, that's what Coach Belichick does. He's not going to come in and give you 2 or 3 different defenses the whole game and let you get a beat on it. He's going to continue to change it up.
They'll do most of the same thing, but there'll be some difference in it. That's the NFL. You can't go in, with the same game plan. And obviously, if it didn't work the first time, you have to change it a little.
Hey, I'm pumped. The Falcons played 3 this weekend. They were in Bridgeport this afternoon after splitting the first 2 games, and Bridgeport won today's game 3-1. The Celtics played host to the Clippers this afternoon. The Celtics had lost 3 in a row. Coming into this one, they snapped that streak. Antoine Walker led the way in the first half. He had 27 points today. Second half, Antoine took it to the hole and jammed the ball and his wrist. He came down on it. He was okay, though. That gave the Celtics a 2-point lead. Paul Pierce took over. He finished with 24 points. Down the stretch, the Celtics were in command. Tony Petit takes the alley-oop as Boston took the game 104-91. The Minutemen are back from Rhode Island, getting ready for the next game on the schedule. They're at Duquesne this Tuesday. Duquesne is in the West Division cellar with just one A-10 victory, but that may not mean that much. Rhode Island, the team that UMass played yesterday, only had one A-10 victory prior to yesterday's game. Micah Brand sat it out with a sprained ankle, but Anthony Anderson was hot early on, nailing the 3. UMass had an early 8-5 lead, but the Minutemen went cold, and the Rams forged ahead. Dustin Hellinger killed him from the outside as the Rams built a 10-point lead. Anderson was like the only shooter out there for UMass. He hit 5 threes, 17 points on the day, but UMass was down by 7 at the break. They tied it in the second when Raheem Lamb tipped in and Anderson missed. It was 39 all and downhill from there as another cold spell set in. Tough loss, but we'll see if they can rebound this week.
Well, getting to the big game, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't believe it's finally here. And I think you said it right when you said dynasty against destiny.
And I hope, I like the destiny side.
Me too.
That works out.
Thank you, Jim. We'll be right back.
Hi. Can I get you a cup of coffee? Sure.
It's time for the Team Dodge sales event, where the entire bold and powerful Dodge lineup comes with our powertrain pledge. 7 years or 100,000 miles of engine and transmission protection that you won't get from Ford, GM, or Toyota. Plus, you'll grab a huge cash allowance of up to $2,500. Great products, great protection, great values. That's the Dodge Edge. Hurry, because during the Team Dodge sales event, everything's moving fast.
Welcome to Raymore Flanagan's virtual delivery tour, where you'll see how fast delivery becomes reality. First, just visit any one of dozens of Raymore Flanagan Furniture showroom locations. You'll enjoy shopping the Northeast's largest inventory, including the famous brand names you trust. Then choose what you want and you'll get it fast. Anything in the store delivered in 3 days or less, and that's guaranteed. Thanks for taking the virtual delivery tour. And remember, Raymore Flanagan really delivers in 3 days or less.
New cars cost big bucks. If your car runs good, looks bad, get our Mako Supreme Plus deal. A great paint package at half price. Now only $249.
It's a limited time offer. For the center nearest you, call 1-888-MAKO-USA.
Once again, it's time for our annual 2-for-1 eyeglass sale at Ken's Eyewear.
Just purchase a pair of frames and lenses, and you'll receive a second pair of clear plastic single vision lenses, along with a frame from our special selection, absolutely free.
Ken's Eyewear, locally owned and operated.
Tonight, the Disney movie that won 2 Oscars and gave voice to an American legend. Who are you?
Pocahontas.
A story of love that was never meant to be.
What are you doing here?
I had to see you again.
You'll be turning your back on your own people.
But would change their worlds forever.
I love him, Father.
With the voice of Mel Gibson.
Come with me.
The Oscar-winning Pocahontas, ABC tonight, 7/6 Central.
And finally tonight, the Old First Church in Springfield is bringing to the sounds of legendary French composer and organist Maurice Duruflé. It's all part of the Music at First series in downtown's Court Square. Today's musical celebration was performed by the Connecticut Choral Artists, and we leave you tonight with more from their performance. Have a great night. We'll see you at 11.
This is a mayonnaise you've never seen before.
Every family should have a washer, dryer, stove, refrigerator. And Manny's Scratch and Dent store, I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. The absolute lowest prices, layaway, whatever it takes. This is new appliances. They've been serviced by Manny's technicians, and they run great. One trip to Manny's Scratch and Dent store means no more trips to the laundromat. They'll save you some quarters.
Shay, after a hard day on the court, you must want to just get home and relax. What do you think of my $7.99 sofa?
This sofa is total comfort.
Check out the dual recliners, requiring only inches from the wall.
And I can really stretch out my legs.
To soothe those legs, how about the massage units?
Very nice.
And because we all like those occasional snacks and beverages while we're home, what do you think?
Bob, this is a perfect sofa.
Even an angel can't resist rich, creamy Philadelphia cream cheese. A little taste of heaven.
Join us for Downtown Uncorked, an elegant affair of mobile wine tasting. Board a comfortable Peter Pan coach and sample 12 different delectable wines and cheeses at these great locations. We're taking the top off downtown Springfield.
News 40, we're committed to recognizing outstanding young people. That's why we've teamed up with the Basketball Hall of Fame and the Union News to bring you Champions of Character, a project honoring extraordinary students. So please look for a nomination form in the Union News and Sunday Republican and watch News 40's special reports.
News 40 Champions of Character is brought to you by PVTA every Monday at 6 a.m. and 5 p.m.
News 40, it's education coverage you can count on.
All day, every day, weather coverage you can count on.